What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Alexander here with what I'm going to call pre-3 announcements and what I liked from the announcements. And I will be starting with an honorary mention, which will be Baldurs Gate 3. I didn't get too excited about it, but I know a lot of people really love that franchise and hasn't had one in a long time. It's just coming to BC, but the people behind Divinity are making it, so it'll be good. Because I've been watching the Divinity thing, and Divinity seems like a really good game. I'll eventually play it on the channel. But then I'll get to the ones that I actually wrote down stuff about. The very first one, Greedfall, which is being made by the development team of Spiders and published by Focus Home. Which the Spiders, they made Bound by Flame and Technomancer, two games I absolutely love. The only thing that I do hope that they don't do is in both Technomancer and Bound by Flame, there's random difficulty spikes throughout it. I really hope that's not in it, because it'll just randomly go from manageable to suddenly you're just dying in one hit. Even if, and then from this is what I could infer from the story, from the trailers of it. The story should be about a prince. It said maybe play the princess due to the past with Bound by Flame and Technomancer. Oh, but it said prince, so I'm assuming that's what it might have to be playing as. But you go to an island to find a cure for your people, and you get entangled into a war between colonizers on the island and the natives, which honestly, I'd probably join the natives on a first playthrough, unless they do something that really just ticks me off. If it's possible. Show that it releases September 2019. It'll probably be a few months after that, but I will be getting to that one, because I'll first be getting to Bound by Flame and Technomancer on the done it on the channel before I get to that one. The next was Destroy All Humans, which is being I heard it was a remake or a remaster. I don't know. It only showed a trailer, and it just said Destroy All Humans, so it probably is a remake. So it's coming out in 2020, and I always thought the Destroy All Human would be made by THQ Nordic, but I always thought that the Destroy All Humans game looked extremely fun, but I never had a chance to play it. So when it comes out, I'll probably buy it and play it first. Maybe do a blind playthrough on the channel. I don't know. And then we get to the EA Play stuff that I actually wrote down, stuff that I actually cared about. Starting off, Jedi Fallen Order, which start off with some mixture of some stuff that I had already, because I'm going to be watching it twice, watching it once to see what hyped me up, and then I watch stuff again to write down stuff. And it's a mixture of stuff that I inferred from the beginning plus what was announced. But the first looks very, I think the word I'm looking for is intuitive, because it looks like it's very fun. It has the usual abilities: the stop, the force push, the pull. Apparently only Kylo Ren's ever done it, but stopping the thing, stopping someone and pulling them in front of their own bolt, because that was my favorite part from the trailer, which was where this guy had the laser minigun shooting, and I think his name's Cal. Just stopped him in the bolt and pulled him off, put him in front of the bolt. Oh, that was amazing. And they showed the first one pull the lightsaber. Oh, it looked like it's also used as the torch mechanic where you can see. The BD, of course, is going to be very useful being a buddy drone, as they said. Because some of the things I wrote down that they showed that he has a 3D type of map, it seems, where you can see in a 3D environment what the buildings look like and where you're at and whatnot. And he can dispense health. It did mention that you're vulnerable, so you got to be when healing, so you got to be careful on when you decide to heal. And the combat, it looks very, very well thought out, which I wouldn't expect anything less from Respawn. And of course it's already announced, but the release date's November 15th this year. But I was down with that from the first 2 minutes that it showed. I was like, this just looks like it would be fun to even just run around in the world. So, yeah. Next, On to Sims 4's announcement, because one thing that most people don't know about me, I love The Sims. In fact, it's going to be coming on the channel in the not too distant future. Oh, but the first thing they showed was their island living expansion, I think it was, where you go on the island, you can live on the island Sulani. I hope I wrote that down right. They announced it's coming June 21st for PC and Mac. The console release wasn't announced on when that's going to be. There's a playable mermaid race, which me and my nieces were really happy about that because they love The Sims too. And they announced a few careers. I kind of have mixed in here, so I'll have to go back eventually to them. But they announced that you can be a conservationist and heard them say lifeguard. I'm gonna assume that's a thing. Oh, and they also said that Sims can now walk into the water instead of being like a air thing, just straight up walk here and they'll walk into it. But and eventually start to go. And they did announce, and the clothing that they was showing off looked beautiful. Like I thought it was awesome. They announced that there are going to be new fish in the waters, and it seems you can have a dolphin friend. Like there's a dolphin that you can befriend, and there's an active volcano on there. And they called it lava bombs because there's a part where the volcano like shot out a rock. So that's pretty cool. And I did see a thing look like there's going to be sun rain. I don't know if that was in Seasons. It probably was. But I haven't played Seasons for Sims 4. I am kind of stumbling on my words because I'm trying to hurry up and get this done. And they said that the island does change based on how you care for it. So, like, they said that the more you take care of it and clean it up, the better it'll look. Like, better it'll look, more lush greenery and whatnot. Which is very neat. And I'm assuming that also means that if you don't take care of it, then trees will start dying and whatnot. That's what I'm assuming. They didn't say that part, but they just talked about if you take care of it, it'll look better. They also another career they mentioned was dive instructor, but I think it was a part-time. Said basically they made a bunch of ways you can get simoleons, but by just playing with this. So cool. And is that there's helpful neighbors. They use the thing that they use an analogy where like if there's a fire going on, the neighbor could bust through the door and help you put it out. Which that's a neat thing. I don't know if I'd want my neighbors busting in to help me put out a fire, but cause usually whenever I'm playing, the fires happen in the middle of the night. But that was a pretty cool little feature. They did talk about you could stumble upon a barbecue, like a world event that's happening there that like the people are throwing. And they also announced there was an event called a Kava Party, which the Kava is apparently a new drink. And they talked about elementals, which are spirits of the island. That they said that they'll. I think they said they'll help you out. I can't remember because I didn't write it all down. I just kind of wrote down bullet points to go over. They did say that they're. But if you take care of the island, they'll help you out, and if you don't, then they'll be mean, from what I understood. That's what I understood from it. And they announced there will be new traits, which is cool. And they said that it's inspired on Polynesian culture, the expansion. And they announced that there was going to be lounge chairs, which I was really happy about because I have this pool build I've been working on in it, and that's the one thing I need has been lounge chairs. All the other ones look really weird to have people just sitting in them. And then they that was the last bit that they announced for the island living stuff. Then they announced that they were collabing with It Gets Better. They had I think the guy was a YouTuber. The person was a YouTuber. Which that'll be adding Pride clothing and stuff like that to it, which is cool. And I'll be honest, I'm actually surprised that they hadn't done it sooner. It's cool that they are doing it. And then they announced that they're making a Moschino stuff pack, which they're adding a new career, freelance fashion photographer. And then the very last thing, which I love they announced it because I'll talk about that's the Realm of Magic. I think it was a expansion. No, it was a game pack. They said, I do believe. Which I hope, because I don't know if it's been in all cases, but I do believe it's been in all cases. Whenever magic's been introduced, witches are introduced, and in The Sims 3, I loved it. I loved playing my witches and wizards in it. Oh, just due to the fact that they were so useful. And it said that that's coming in the fall. They didn't give an exact release date. That's pretty much all my pre-E3 stuff that I have wrote down. Which, all the stuff that happened what's the actual E3 event, had me hyped. Like, I'm ready. I think this is going to be one of the best ones. Like, I'm just ready to go for it, because the only time this goes up, it'll probably be, the Xbox will probably be done, will be going into Bethesda. But I'm just really hoping it all just kind of works out. Like, that's good. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And I will be doing, well, actually, I should have mentioned, I will be doing it based on days. Like, I'll have a video going up for today's ones. It'll probably go up sometime tomorrow. But it'll be based on days instead of doing it all in one, because if I did, it'd probably be like a fucking 80-hour video. Not knowing with how I write stuff and how sometimes stumble on my words. But, yeah. I am looking forward to this. So, I am going to end this here, though, so I can... Actually, how much time? I still got a while to tell, but I need to go ahead and end this here. Try and get this edited out and get starting to be posted. But, yeah. I'm going to here, so thank y'all for watching. And I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be talking about Xbox, Bethesda, and... who's the third one today? Let's see. I want to say it's Square, but I think that's tomorrow. I'm going to pull it up real quick. I know Ubisoft, whatever everyone pronounce it, is tomorrow. Come on. It's... Oh, Devolver's the other one. Yeah, to be honest, like I said before, I don't really care about Devolver's show, so... I'll probably tune into it just to see if anything's announced, but... Whatever. Yeah, basically, it's probably all Microsoft and Bethesda is going to be my ones I'm covering. Because I did hear they have like 6 new games coming out at Bethesda, so... Yeah. But I'll see you in the next one.